Hello, hello, hello to all of my cancers. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you today with a special explanation on why all cancers are not the same. Okay, so what do we know about cancers? And this is specifically about Cancer Sun. So let me explain something. So Cancer, your sun sign is how other people see you. Doesn't necessarily mean that just because they said you're whatever, however they described you, doesn't mean that it's necessarily true. That's just their experience with you. um, Maybe that's their truth, but it may not be the truth. Okay, so I want you to keep that in mind. I'm going to share with you why the sun sign is so important to people who meet you, um, the importance of the sun sign, also how your birthday actually enhances your ruling planet, the things that, how others see you. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's first put your card here. This is the Chariot card. This is your card in tarot. So I'm going to get into that in just a second. But Cancer, this is your card, the Chariot card. Okay, so what do we know about Cancer? So overall, Cancers are sweethearts. They're empathetic. They give their best. They're very persuasive. They're emotional. They are sympathetic. They're loyal. They are highly imaginative. They don't hold back their emotions. They're charming, right? Okay, so the reason why the sun sign is so powerful is because it's the most powerful planet. And it literally gives us life, it gives us warmth, it gives us energy, and it gives us food. That's why when you meet someone and they ask you what your sign is, they're making a generalization based on those wonderful characteristics that I just shared with you, Cancer. And the same thing that goes for my other astrological signs. They're specifically talking about your sun sign. They're not asking about the moon, Venus, or rising. They're simply asking you, what's your sign? And you said, okay, I'm a Cancer. So then they go into this, oh, I dated a Cancer, or I know a Cancer, or my mom's a Cancer, or dad's a Cancer, or whatever the case. But those are the basic characteristics for a Cancer, okay? And that is the reason why people ask you what your sign is. They're specifically asking really about your sun sign. They're not asking about the other signs because most people don't know what your Venus sign is for. They don't know what a ruling planet is. They don't know any of those things. They're simply asking about your sun sign, right? So aside from all those wonderful things that we know about Cancers, it's also broken up into, every astrological sign is broken up into decans or decans. So if I say decans, decans, it's the same thing. I'm using them interchangeably. It's actually decans is an astrological term that subdivides your sun sign, okay? Because it is the most powerful sign, the most powerful planet, and it is how other people see you. Okay, and so the word decadent or decans actually comes from the Greek word dekanoi, which means 10 days apart. Okay, to make sure I don't knock this over. Let's keep this Chariot here because I want to make sure we I explain this as I'm talking to you, and I'm not going to make this video very long. I just kind of want to explain how we use these cards in tarot as it relates to astrology, okay? And why you can know 3 different Cancers and they seem to be just different people. I mean, like you could have 3 Cancers in one family and there's some things that's different about them, but it has a lot to do with the ruling planet and the sub-ruling planet enhancing those things, okay? And so you think of it this way, the 10 days apart thing. You get, with the exception of February, you have 28, 29 days, depending on if it's a leap year. Like 2020 is a leap year, so we have 29 days. But for the most part, you get 30 or 31 days in the planet. So there's like a 10 days apart, first decan, second decan, 10 days apart, third decan, 10 days apart. Okay, so that makes up the 31 days. All right, so let's get into Cancer. So let me explain to you Cancer, the first decadent for Cancer is if your birthday falls between June 21st through June 30th, your keyword is receptiveness. Your planetary subruler, and the subruling, it just adds enhancements. Okay, it's you have we all have a ruling planet, but we also have subruling planets that just enhances those things that I named. Like I said, you all are sweethearts. You're empathetic. You give your best. You don't hold back emotions. You're charming. You're loyal. All those other wonderful, beautiful things that Cancers are. So the moon is both your ruler and subruler. So you tend to be very receptive and sensitive to other people. You so deeply into human nature. You see so deeply into human nature, and your insights and guidance are often sought after. You would make an excellent teacher or instructor. Rationality is important to you. Even though you are an emotional person, you are able to sift through facts and arrive at a fair decision. You have an excellent memory for feelings and impressions, both yours and other people. But ordinary day-to-day details escape you. In relationships, you look for harmony and security. You dislike quarrels and dissension, and any kind of emotional disturbances leaves you depressed. At times, you are too moody and pessimistic. Okay? But again, Cancer, that's because you pick up on so many different energies. Like you could walk into a room, Cancer, and you're picking up on everybody's energy. So I would suggest that you try as much as possible to stay in the presence of high vibrating people, because you're picking up on so many. Like I said, the sun and the moon are luminaries, but in astrology we say that they're planets, okay? But they're actually luminaries. They're very, very powerful. If your birthday falls between July 1st and July 11th, you're in the second decadence, okay? Your keyword is intensity. Your planetary subruler is Pluto. Pluto is the planet of death and intensity and combines with your Cancer moon to give you a forceful yet thoughtful personality. Of the three Cancer decadents, yours is the most mystical and things unseen. People are drawn to your sensitivity and often tell you their secrets. Your intellectual talents are formidable, even though your strong feelings predominate when making decisions. Both curious and intuitive, you are able to gather facts and information from all sources and use them for your benefit. In work, you are disciplined and practical. In relationships, you are the opposite, sentimental, emotional, and often possessive. You have a tendency to become too fixed and rigid once you've set your mind. If your birthday falls between July 2nd and July 22nd, you're in the third decadence. Your word is empathy. Your planetary subruler is Neptune. The spiritual planet Neptune is your subruler, which joins forces with the Cancerian moon to accentuate an impressionable and romantic nature. You are very artistic, and you try to create beauty and harmony around you. Your adaptability to different kinds of people is one of your secrets of success. Many are destined but for some kind of public life. You have an ability to touch people's feelings and to form close ties. In love, you have deep emotions. You are loyal and protective towards your family and mate, and you believe only the best about them. Cautious and conservative are the words that best describe you. Describe your approach to problems. Even in the midst of crisis, you look for balance. Often you are prone to discontent and dissatisfaction. Yep, so that's what we have for the three decans for my Cancers. Okay, so in tarot, Cancer, you are the Chariot. See how nice? I want to see if we can bring that in a little bit. See how nice that is? Okay. The Chariot card is about overcoming conflicts and moving forward in a positive direction. One needs to keep going on, and through sheer hard work and commitment, will be victorious. So sometimes when you hear tarot readers show this tarot card, Cancer, we're talking about willpower, we're talking about determination, we're talking about victory. Okay, so yeah, that's what this means in tarot. Okay, it is the 7th major arcana card in the tarot deck. So yeah, I wanted to just share that with you. So like I said, you can know 3 different cancers, and there are enhancements in each one of the cancer's personalities and characteristic traits. And that is why, because of the ruling planet and then the sub-ruling planets as well. So planets are very, very powerful. But I wanted to let you know that. Thank you again. This has been Queen Amun Ra coming to you with why all cancers are not the same as it relates to your birthday and why the sun is so powerful. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you have a great day. Bye.